Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Today has been a day. I hope you all have had a really good day. I want to get into Real Housewives of Potomac. It was a episode. Like they're still giving us filler. They're still setting up the season. I told y'all. This new lady, Nneka. Wendy kind of showed us how to say it right. Is it Nneka? But they can call it Nneka. That's what I'm gonna call it. But I knew this new lady's beef with Wendy was gonna be a setup. And they showed us very quickly that Ashley is the one behind it. And Ashley, you trifling for this. You trifling for this, Ashley, but there's an agenda at hand this season. And I believe the agenda is to prove that the dragon, the light-skinned dragon ladies, they don't have a problem with Wendy because of the color of her skin. It's because they don't like Wendy. And they've recruited a similar toned lady to Wendy to beef with Wendy. So they'd be like, see, don't nobody like Wendy. Hey, Eric. Hey, Eric. Let's get into the episode. I'm not going to hold you long. Up first, Ashley is at some kind of nursery with her mother looking at flowers for her new house. Ashley tells her mom she went to the Bahamas with Michael. I don't care anything about their family vacations. A lot of celebrities and people who co-parent go on vacations together. Not me, but if it works for you, do what works for you. Ashley is having a housewarming party this episode. Michael is not invited. I guess he's babysitting the children, but I know Michael is like, I'm paying for this house. I can come up through here whenever I want. But I think Michael is on his best behavior. I think Michael wants no parts of Real Housewives of Potomac anymore. It's bad for his image. He had his fun and he's ready to sit down. Candace is not invited either. I don't think Candace would have showed up if she was invited, but hey, I think the feelings are mutual. Ashley mother gets right to the mess. She was like, okay, since you ain't gonna bring it up, let me bring it up. What's going on with this lawsuit with Michael? Why is he suing Candace? And Ashley's like, I don't know. Michael has never told me anything about it. What you know from the blogs is what I know. I don't even talk to Michael about it. And I'm like, Ashley, we all know you lying. You couldn't even you saw when she finished lying in the confessional, she was like, she couldn't even hardly hold herself in from laughing. Like, girl, you the one who told Michael to do it, if you ask me. Ashley has been trying. Well, no, I feel like the beef is mutual because Ashley did write that statement for Monique and Candace couldn't get over that. And then Candace said whatever she said about Michael, which all you had to say was allegedly, girl, and you wouldn't have no lawsuit. But anyway, enough about Ashley. Karen and Mia meet up at some kind of park. I love that Karen will not hug Mia. I'm not a hugger. So like tonight, I just met up with one of my homegirls. I ain't gonna call out no names. But I hadn't seen her in a while. I was like, oh, I miss you. And I reached in for a hug. But trust and believe that's very rare. I'm not a hugger. And if I don't like you, I don't greet people with hugs. I'm like, hey, how you doing? We ain't gotta touch to greet. But I love that about Karen because most of these ladies do greet people with embraces. And Karen was like, we're here. It's nice to see you. I just love the grand dame. They talked about these rumors. Mia basically agreed to not bring anything she heard from the streets to the show. That's pretty much what all that 15-minute conversation was. If I hear some stuff in the streets, I'm not going to bring it up on the show, vice versa. But then what would we talk about on this show? Any other shows, what would we be talking about? Mia is happy things are repaired with Karen. Karen still don't trust Mia. Don't trust a girl. They talk about the embezzlement conversation, and I find it very strange that Giselle can sit up on national television at the reunion and say she feel like you and your husband were embezzling money from that business and that's why his brothers fired him. And you sat up here and co-signed what Giselle said by saying, well, you know, when G first got fired, that was the first thing I thought too. And I had to ask him. That's how you know she never loved that man. That's how you know she never loved that man. It was all a financial relationship. And that's why once the money is gone, she's gone. Because when you really love somebody, when you really love somebody, you will not let someone on national television say they're committing federal crimes. And you're not going to co sign it and be like, yeah, I kind of thought that too. Like, anybody you should have splashed with a drink, anybody you should have jumped over a table to try to get at, should have been that the dragon right here. Where's she at? Giselle, where you at? It should have been this dragon right here, Giselle. That's the one you should have whooshed with a drink. But anyway, I don't know why y'all love Giselle. I'm like, is she signing y'all paychecks? I don't get it. But anyway, she blames the splash on Wendy on pills and alcohol. She was taking pills and drinking alcohol at the same time. We all know that's a dangerous combination, girl. But I'm rolling my eyes. I'm rolling my eyes, like, because you still have not yet to apologize to Wendy for throwing that drink in her face. You take no accountability for it. And instead of apologizing, you just double down. Well, I seen you on camera sleeping with Peter. Like, you just constantly kept lying on this lady. So I don't believe anything that Mia says. Like, girl, whatever. Up next, we get to meet Nneka. I like her. I want to like her. She's the kind of extra bougie, over the top. She has a personality that I feel like I could rock with. I like her. I love her fashions. I can't wait to see her home. I love that she's educated. She's a lawyer. Her husband is a doctor. And, you know, that reminds us all of the Cosby Show. I don't know if people just, you know, we all know Bill Cosby is a bad man, but the first thing I thought of was the Cosby Show. Claire was a lawyer and Heathcliff was a doctor. And I was like, oh, this is so cute. I want to like Nneka so much. I want to like her. And I feel like now that I see that she was set up to dislike Wendy by the green-eyed hoes with Ashley, you know, I'm going to give her a fair chance. It's going to be hard for me this season to watch Nneka and Wendy go at it because after this episode, I know it's all because of a lie. It's all because Ashley put 100 on 10. I'm going to get to that at the end of the episode, but I'm going to try my best to like you, Nneka, and to disregard the beef you have with Wendy. And I'm hoping by the reunion, you checking them hoes for setting you and your Nigerian sister up to battle each other. I hope you check them hoes, but I feel like you didn't because you're still to this day in all the pictures and shots with them instead, you know, maybe, I mean, today Sunday was the first time y'all saw the episode. So we can't judge. You didn't know you were set up into Sunday night, but I'm hoping from Sunday night forward, you checking them hoes. But anyway, let's move on. Wendy's wisdom. Fast forward. Wendy wants to have a talk show. And the first thing I thought of was like, Wendy, you can't come out talking about pop culture and all this kind of stuff because we already have Wendy Williams. Like, we already have Wendy Williams. And I know Wendy is no longer doing her show, but it's just your name. It's just your name, Wendy. And when I think about Wendy, she's so good. Like, when Wendy is talking politics or African American history or schooling us on our culture or her culture, I'm tuned in to Wendy because when she's talking about things of intelligence, she sounds educated. She sounds like she knows what she's talking about. She has a strong point of view. And I love when she's debating them people out of, what was that, out on the CNN, CS, NBC, whatever the letters are. I like smart, intelligent Wendy. I say it time and time again. When Wendy wants to get down and be like Nene and start with the read, shade, oh, like when she, like, I talk pop culture and I'm highly educated too. Don't get it twisted. But I don't see Wendy being like the other YouTubers dragging people and like I I would watch an intelligent Wendy talk show. But if she's just gonna be on YouTube or wherever she's gonna be, dragging people from the show. Now, if Wendy does like a speak on it, I know that's candy stuff. But if she does her version of speak on it for Real Housewives of Potomac, I would check it out. But Wendy, I'm here for you getting a talk show, but it needs to be a political show. We're getting ready to get back into election season. It's your time, girl. This is your time. I know you want to be an IG cutie so bad. I know you want to be a reality star so bad, but I love Wendy because she has her 4 degrees and she sounds like she has 4 degrees. Stop dimming your intelligence for the likes of Giselle and them other hoes. They the ones that's got to get up here. And how many times do we drag Robin and Giselle? And that's another thing, Wendy. It always seems like you copycatting off of somebody every season. At first, you're copycatting off of Karen's Candles. You're copycatting off of a restaurant. You weren't really doing that restaurant. Now you copycatting. But everybody got a YouTube channel. But I'm going to let Wendy live. Angie, let Wendy live. Move on. Don't say nothing else about it, because then people gonna think I dislike Wendy, and I don't. Okay, Karen has a triple 20 Pilates session with the ladies. I believe it was Giselle, Ashley, and was it Sharice? It wasn't Candace. I forgot who was there. But anyway, I love how Karen says I'm turning triple 20. Like, I just never heard anybody say triple 20, and I know I got a decade and a half to go, but I'm going to say triple 20 as well if I remember in a decade and a half. The one thing I noticed is that Giselle kind of starting to let her slip show. Giselle came in and the ladies had their legs wide open like this, and Giselle was like, "Ooh, vaginas. Oh, I love a vagina." I'm like, "Bitch, Giselle, I never was one of the ones who be like, "Oh, Giselle and Robin are what they call it, kitty click and whatever they call it." I never really thought that about Giselle and Robin. I just think they're really good friends. But y'all constantly saying and doing things that's making me like, maybe these people are onto something, because I have the worst gaydar in the world, like the worst. But Giselle just came in there like, "Ooh, vaginas." Whatever. Giselle wants Robin and Karen to apologize, and I want Robin to kiss Karen's ass. Moving on. Are we at the housewarming yet? I think my notes are out of order. Okay, damn it. Okay, my notes are out of order because I forgot about Candace and Robin and Juan. Okay, I think this is the order. Okay. Candace showed us her office, and I'm like, girl, if your house is not finished, don't put it on TV. Like, you and that man could have sat at the dining room table. Y'all could have sat in the living room, and he could have put his laptop on his lap. Don't show us unfinished versions of your home, because now we have to read you. I believe that's why Giselle constantly has people sitting outside of her house, because she's tired of us talking about the inside of her house. Like, Candace, number one, that granny apple green color on the walls is ugly, period. And then you got your church table and your church chairs. Like, girl, I'm just saying, I could show y'all, like, I'm sitting at a church table myself right here, but I ain't got no camera. I ain't got no camera showing everybody the inside of my office. Like, I got a professional desk, and then my YouTube setup is on a little car. It's a card table, not a church table. But anyway, ain't nobody asked me what was in my house. Candace, just don't do it again. Now, Candace wants to leave her smaller label for a major record label. I understand the purpose behind it, But it just feel like, why do people always cut down the smaller company? Like, none of these major labels gave a damn about you. They ain't think nothing about your voice. I think Candace can hum a couple of beats in key, but she ain't no. I mean, she ain't really even Summer Walker, SZA, or none of them. I mean, some of y'all like the deep space. It ain't in rotation on my playlist, but some of y'all like it. Good luck. That's all I'm gonna say, because I ain't about to drag Candace, because see, Candace got up here and dragged Drew. Now, some people told me, she went on Twitter and tried to apologize, but I don't think do I follow Candace? I ain't seen none of the apologies and none of the let's blame the edit clips that she put out there on Twitter. I saw your face, Candace. And when that man said, we going to Chicago, you need an opener, what about Drew? I understand that Drew is from Chicago. She gets a lot of love from Chicago. And Candace screwed her face up like, like your face, you didn't have to say nothing shady. Your face said it all, Candace. I want to know what it is about Drew. Now, we all know Drew is a messy bitch on her own. And where is Drew? I haven't seen Drew on Instagram, Twitter. They said she wasn't invited to BravoCon. Like, where is Drew? I'm going to tell y'all, side note, Bravo, Real Housewives of Atlanta. If your only change is to get rid of Drew, go ahead and cancel the next season. Because to me, when I made my list, Drew was the only one I had staying. Because lie or no lie, Drew gonna play with her marriage, play with her family, play with her baby daddy. She gonna do whatever she have to do to get a check over there on Bravo, while everybody else just sitting up here in Marlo's fashions. Anyway, but I want to know what the shade was for Candace. I wrote down a couple of ideas. I said maybe Candace wants to show the major record labels, because she is trying to show the major record labels. Maybe Candace wants to show them that I can sell out these arenas. She ain't in no arenas. I can. Angie, you ain't got to be shady. I think Candace wants to show them that I can sell out these venues without having to be a housewife. Like, I want to stand on my talent and not on Bravo, Real Housewife of Potomac. And maybe she feels like if I'm bringing in another housewife, then they're going to think people only coming because two housewives are here. That's what I'm thinking. It can't be because Drew can't sing. So I'm thinking maybe she thinks Drew sound better than her, because, we know the last time Candace only let Drew do a little do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. She didn't even get to do all of that. She was just a la, 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 la. That's all Drew. Candace said you could come out here and hum a couple of notes and then get out. I don't think she really wanted Drew to perform with her the first time, but it was shady, Candace. And Drew, where you at? I was waiting for Drew to tweet something. Where you at, Drew? Anyway, where my next page of notes? I was shading Candace music, but I ain't gonna do it no more. I ain't gonna even read what I wrote in my notes. That was wrong, Angie. You ain't have to write all that stuff down. Robin and Juan, we can quickly fast forward through. Robin is telling Juan about her intervention with Charisse, Ashley, and Giselle. I wouldn't give a damn what none of them broke ass, I need a man for his access and money hoes have to say. Robin is doing the same thing, except for she lost all her man money. But anyway, you ain't have to say all that. Neither one of them care. Juan was like, I don't give a damn what them hoes got to say. He's like, Robin cussed me out so Giselle could leave you alone. Robin ain't want to cuss him out. I would have cussed him out one good time just for the hell of it, because shit, he was cheating. So cuss his ass out. And then, he deserved it. And he told you could. But you know what? She was like, I don't want to cuss you out. I'm over it. I like for you to cheat in peace. I really want you to leave me alone. Where your hoe at? Go with the hoe right now. Look, what works in their house is their house. That shit can't fly over here in my house. But you know what? If Robin likes it, I love it for her. Girl, if you happy, we all know that's a fake smile on your face. But girl, I really want Robin to be happy. And maybe Juan makes her happy. You know, some people don't give a damn if they man cheating or not. They just want to have that man. Let her have him. Let her have him. Juan started breaking down in some fake tears. I love the kids. You know, I love them kids. I said, sir, you ain't love them kids, because if you love them kids, that coach would have been fired the second your student came up there and said something to you. Allegedly. So save the theatrics, save it for the courtroom, and go bang on the table in front of the judge about how much you love the kids over there. We ain't buying it over here. Now, y'all might have bought it, but I'm not buying it. I just want to know when is the lawsuit going to be? When is the court date? But anyway, I don't care nothing about it. Juan is out there looking for another job. Good luck. Until this lawsuit is wrapped up, and if you don't come out on the better side of it, you're not going to get no other team, no other school wants to be liable. So you're not getting a job right now. That's why he ain't getting out the house. That's why he going to try to be a little bit nice. I don't even think he going to try to be a little bit nice to Robin, but he ain't going to leave the house. He going to stay attached to Robin's bank account because he not about to have a job for a nice little minute. At least not doing basketball. Let's get to Ashley's dry ass housewarming. Like, we ain't even get no fights or nothing. But anyway, everybody showed up. I like Ashley's house. And I heard through the grapevine that the neighborhood Ashley lives in that area of the country, them houses, I guess that's the going rate, $2.2 million. But I'm like, girl, you could have came over down here to Tennessee and got that exact same house. Now, you can't get it for the price I paid for it, because, you know, the price was a little bit lower about 8 years ago when I bought my house. But you could come out here today where I live and get 5 of those houses look just like Ashley's, if not bigger for $400K. You can get 5 of them. Let me do the math, girl. You the accountant. Make sure your math right. Yes, 2,400,000. Right. You can get 5 of them houses, Ashley. But you know what? I mean, she ain't paying for it. No way. Michael paying for that house. Sharice and Karen came dressed in the same shorts, pantsuit, but Karen's looked better because Karen had on the matching bustier, and I thought Sharice looked nice too. Everybody else looked a mess. Ashley, it is no reason for you to be at your house and you look the worst. Like, you let Giselle look better than you. And Giselle looked a mess. Wendy, I love the white boots. I should have pulled the fashion so we could look at it, but y'all saw the show. I love those white boots. Wendy looked good. I loved how when Deborah came in the house, Wendy was like, what this bitch doing here? Like, I love Wendy's facial expression because she didn't even try to change it. She held that look like she wanted that lady to see her looking sideways at her, and I'm not mad at Wendy for it. I love how Wendy came in and only greeted Ashley. You shouldn't have greeted her. Like, you should have took Wendy. You need to take notes. If Candace not there, don't show up. If Candace isn't there, don't show up, because none of them ladies are your friends. You and Karen are cool, but Karen will never have your back because she was straddling the fence over that splash last season too, if you ask me. So Wendy only hugged Ashley and Giselle was like, because, like, yeah, bitch, when I came in to try to hug you last season and be cordial with your dragon looking ass last season, you ain't had shit to say. Matter of fact, you told me I don't like you. Don't. So now I'm paying you dust. That's what you asked for. So don't screw up your face. Sharice made Wendy hug her, but Wendy would have paid Sharice dust too. And then, of course, she paid me a dust. And I love that as well. Wendy, when Nneka comes, because I think Robin came, I don't remember, but Nneka came out dressed everybody. Like, that black suit, it wasn't appropriate for a backyard barbecue, but none of them was dressed appropriate anyway. But so Nneka looked good. I love that black blazer outfit she had on. Nneka came in, greeted everybody. Her and Wendy learned they were both, I don't even want to say it because I'm gonna mess up the name, but they're both, I guess, from the same tribe. I don't want to say it wrong, but as soon as they was getting ready to have a good kiki, oh girl, we both from the same tribe. What's your mama name? You know, They was getting ready to get into it. Ashley was like, hold up, Wendy, before you get to liking Nneka, come in the house with me so I can start some shit real quick. So Ashley and Wendy go in the house. They talking about they friendship or whatever. And Wendy was like, Ashley, I want to be your friend. I just don't want you to stab me in the back. And I'm like, bitch, she about to stab you in the back right now. She already got her knife in her hand. She can't wait to stab you in the back right now. So let's get into it. So Ashley brings up that Nneka was talking about, is it some Osus? And Nneka said they was evil and they was killing people, kids. I'm paraphrasing. I ain't take the notes, but they some evil people. And she said that was you, and she ain't want to fuck with you. That's not what that lady said. And then she brought up that, oh, Nneka said you ain't really no doctor. You just a doctor of philosophy. I think she did say that, but she didn't say it the way Ashley said it. Like, all Nneka said is, she was like, oh, she's a doctor. Like, oh, my husband is a doctor too. What does she practice? And Ashley was like, she's not that kind of doctor. It's a PhD. And she said, oh, a doctor of philosophy. Now, my dumb ass ain't never knew PhD stood for doctor of philosophy. I ain't never know what it stood for, but I ain't never know that. So I learned something Sunday night. I learned something. But anyway, it's just the way Ashley was saying it. And if you look at the flashbacks, Ashley was the one asking Nneka all the questions. Ashley was the one who asked Nneka about what's an Osu. It was an article about Wendy might be an Osu. And Nneka was just answering Ashley's questions because she's also Nigerian and she knows the information. And Ashley ran that shit back to Wendy like this lady who don't know Wendy from a can of paint was talking shit about her behind her back. So now Wendy and Nneka got beef. I said, Ashley, you ain't shit. And then she in the confessional. I did have a little bit of tequila. Girl, your ass always on some tequila and Coronas. You purposely went in there and started that shit. You couldn't wait to drag. As soon as Wendy and Nneka started smiling at you, you was like, come on. Come on in here. When I wouldn't have went in there and talked. It ain't nothing Ashley had to say to you that she couldn't have said at that table. Anyway, that's the end of my notes. That's the end of the episode. I'm disgusted because I feel like I see the setup this season. They're about to be on the bullshit. If y'all gonna be on the bullshit, just go ahead and bring it, because these first two episodes were kind of boring. Go ahead and bring us the bullshit. I'm tired of Robin and Juan. I don't give a damn. Robin don't care. I don't care. I'm tired of Candace and her singing career. Girl, if you want to be the next Anita Baker, go on over there and just sing in your closet and get off my TV. Because if Bravo ain't broke your career by now, maybe the career ain't gonna get broke. I ain't have to say that. I'm sorry, Candace. I'm just gonna stick with good luck. Good luck. And with that being said, it's been 30 minutes. It ain't nothing else to say about this season or this episode. I'll be back next. No, I won't. I'm lying. I will be out of town next week. So if there's a new episode that comes on this Sunday, I'm gonna be in Mexico for 7 straight days. So I ain't gonna be reviewing it. I ain't gonna be watching it or reviewing it. So if there's a new episode, I'll catch it up when I get back from vacation. If not, we'll be right on schedule with a new episode. But I got a feeling they probably will show a new episode next week, because it ain't nothing else on TV. But anyway, I'll catch up all my reviews when I get back from vacation. So I won't see you all next week, but the week after that, I'll be back catching everything up. So happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you before I go on vacation, Wednesday night, me and Ebby decided to review Bell Collective. So my Bell Collective reviews will be Wednesdays with Ebby. And Thursday, I'm going to try my best. I really am, because I go out of town Friday. I'm going to try my best Thursday to have Survivor and the Challenge lives up. That means I have to watch them both Wednesday night, and that's going to be hard because I usually only watch Survivor. But anyway, that's the schedule for the remainder of the week. I will be out a full week, and then the week after Thanksgiving, I will catch everything up. So if I don't see you Wednesday or Thursday, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you the week after Thanksgiving. But still like, comment, share, and all that good stuff. I got the hiccups. I'll holler at y'all later. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.